Well, it's Sunday. I hope you're ready because we've got the reserve list Hot 10 coming at you next. And you know what? There's some unusual stuff happening in that reserve list, and some of these sales are coming in the most unusual way. Well, it's Sunday. I hope you got your coffee ready. It's 11:15 Eastern Standard Time, and that means it's time for the Hot 10, the hottest selling reserve list cards of January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. There's a lot of movement on the market this week, and that's shaking up the top 10. I can't wait to share it with you. And if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the content today, it's free, doesn't cost anything, but it does help the channel grow bigger. Get us closer to our pizza party at 7,500 subscribers, and of course the big 10K party, which everyone's going to want to be there for. I can't wait to share it with you. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get this party started. Let's start with number 10. Shaking up the list this week and coming in at number 10 is Bayou, revised edition with 20 sales. That's 20 sales in a 1-week period. And that's from January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. Now, the average price in Canada for a near mint copy is around $700 Canadian. The average is $549.98 US. And the market says $597.22 US. It is €330 and 15 cents to get you that card. And you can see it's just slowly been ramping up over the years, and it's black green. I mean, I actually would like to get another one for myself. And these prices are showing that a lot of people are thinking exactly what I'm thinking. It's a dual land, it's reserve list. Why not? You can't go wrong. Even if it's a stepping stone card, it's a card most people want to have for a commander deck, for a casual deck, or somebody trying to get into some older formats and wants to have a blast. The Bayou is just one of those cards that you have to get your hands on for tutor, for regrowth, for whatever kicks your boat and makes you feel funky in the morning. This is a card you got to have. Now all of a sudden I feel like nachos and cheese. I can't help myself. I gotta say, I understand. I was just surprised by the sheer amount of sales that's starting out this week's top 10. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 9 this week, and that is going to be Grave Robbers from the Dark, coming in at number 9. $18 Canadian for a near mint quality copy. The average is $13.99 US. The market comes in at $11.62 US. And it's €14 and 25 cents to get you that card. It has come down from all-time highs, but it's kind of hovering there, and there's been quite a bit of movement recently. As you can see, 23 sales is nothing to be snubby at. It's pretty good on a typical week, but it shows that cards in the dark are still moving, okay? Not all of them, but specific ones are still having it. The sales in this card are very high. It is definitely a card to keep an eye on, and I remember opening this card, so it gives me that whole creepy vibe feel of some guys like robbing a grave. It's just, I remember me and my friends talking about it. It's just, yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 8 today. Number 8 is Stone Calendar hanging in there with 25 sales from January 23rd to the 28th of 2022, and of course it's from the Dark. The average price is $34.99 US. The market is $30.07 US. And it's €36 and 32 cents to get you that card. When I looked it up here in Canada, you can still find them for around $35 for a slight played copy, but most are actually sold out. So it seems in this last couple of weeks, whatever was available locally has totally dried up. So you gotta have to look on TCG Player or elsewhere to find those cards. You know, it's interesting, but the sales are still high on this card. Seeing this many sales in a week is not the norm for me when I'm looking at cards from the Dark, and this is just telling me that people are interested, people are chomping at the bit to buy something. So if there's nothing good out there to buy that they want, they're going to the reserve list and saying, what cards can I find that might be interesting? And that's what we're seeing happening right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 7 this week. Tell me you're not thinking about it. It is Wheel of Fortune at number 7 with 36 sales. That is a massive amount for this particular card in a week. A 5-day, 6-day period. That's crazy that I tracked. So it's $400 Canadian near mint if you can find a copy. I found some slight play that were a little bit less, but it'd be around $400. The average is $349.99 US. The market is $352.18, and it's €240 and 98 cents to get you that card. But compared to where it was, it is 1/3 as expensive as it was. Heavily played copies were $400 and people were buying them. Now a near mint quality copy is $400. of course they're going to start selling. People will consolidate their wealth and start buying up cards like this that they know are going to have a home later on in things like Commander, Vintage, Old School, even Kitchen Table, Casual, Magic. It's going to happen. I can't see why somebody wouldn't want to buy it if they had the funds available to lock into cards like this. All my copies, I'll be honest, are all heavily played. Every copy I own is heavily played because I've had them since I was a teenager. I look at this and go, wow, I wish I had the cash available to grab one right now, and I can see why some people are being smart about it and saying this is a chance later on to make some bank. Let's go ahead. Number 6 this week is Demonic Hordes from Revised coming in. It's got 39 sales from January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. This is a card I've mentioned a few times, was very underpriced. And remember, this is just an entertainment channel. No financial advice whatsoever comes out of my lips, as I'm not a financial advisor. Go find one. This is just me yakking away saying, wow, that's some pretty cool cardboard. Now, it's $14 Canadian for a near mint copy in Revised. The average is $11 US. The market is $9.66. And of course, you can see there it's €9.61 to get that card. But with sales staying this high in Revised, you got to understand there's still a lot of it out there, but finding the near mint copies is what people are hunting down. That's where almost all these sales lock in at. Near mint copies from Revised. They're not looking for the heavily played yet. They're not looking for the moderates or the slights. They're going for the near mint because they're cheap and affordable. And this card costs 6 for a 5/5 that blows up lands. Tell me it's not a great card. Let's go ahead and creepy art. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 5 today. Number 5 coming in is Souldevi Excavations. Even the Taco King recognized this card as awesome. That's right, all hail Souldevi Excavations with 40 sales January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. That's amazing. I was one of those sales, I know. And of course, this card is from Alliances. The average price is $27.87 US, and the market is $27.76 US, and it's €18.57 to get you that card. Now, I am in no rush to watch this card go up. I'm very happy it's starting its decline. Declines take up to 6 months to bottom back out again. We're only a couple of months in. I expect this card to bottom out around August of 2022, and that's when it'll be at a really low price and be available for a lot of grabbing again. I'll be curious to see how it sticks in price as that happens, because the stickiness kind of held right now. It didn't drop back down to $20, but if it keeps falling this way, I may have to dive in with a few backup bucks because I just love this card. You got to buy what you love. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 4 this week. Number 4 coming in is the Exorcist from the Dark. Right out of those creepy movies from like the 80s. All right, at number 4, it's 41 sales from January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. It's a dark card, but that's an insane amount of sales, and the price just spiked up in the last week and a bit. $40 Canadian for a near mint quality copy. There were 2 available at $40 each. The average is $42.75 US. The market is $29.86. And it's €22.81 to get you that card. But as we've been talking about in this video today, it's not just about what you see, it's the sales themselves. Reserve list cards have nowhere near as many sales as other formats out there due to the availability and playability of the cards. But when you start seeing this many sales in the reserve list, these are considered buyouts. By the old standards, these are buyouts. Moving 40 copies in a week, that's a lot. That's a dent in what's available out there. And that's why I'm saying, like, wow, this is something to keep an eye on. It's not a massive buyout of like 200 copies like we saw with the Frankenstein monster, but it is still a lot of movement. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 3 this week. Very interesting stuff, I gotta be honest. Now, number 3 is still Nameless Race, coming in with 44 sales from January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. That's another dark card. We've been talking about how much they got hit up. This is one that got hit hard, and there are still lots of copies available. It's going to take a long time to drain the market of cards like this, and the prices will slowly rise up. It's $15 Canadian near mint. There were 2 copies available. And you can see that the average is $12 US. The market is $10.98 US. And it's €11.24 to get that card. It did spike again. So if you're somebody who's looking to get this card, wait till it calms down. Don't buy into the Timmy hype when it's up like this. Wait 3, 4, 5 months, mark it down that you want to get the card, mark it down at the price it's at right now. So when you go looking to buy a copy, you can say, how much has the price come down? How bad do I want that card? I know $15 isn't a lot of money. I get that. But when you're trying to save as much money and you have patience because the cards have already been around for 30 years, they're going to be around for 30 more. You can wait for a lot of these cards like I am for Souldevi. If it bottoms out super low, I'm going to become Pac-Man. I'm going to gobble, and somebody's going to do the same thing to a lot of the cards on this list. Let's go ahead. We're on to our last 2 cards. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. Number 2 this week is Rainbow Veil with 55 sales from January 23rd to the 28th of 2022. This card got munched up a lot, and it happened all this week, which is just after Rudy did that video talking about it. It came out crazy there from Alpha Investments. You can see people love the card. It has a lot of uses. I am using it in a commander deck, and I've got ways of unsummoning it and tapping it and blowing it up to get multiple ways of getting my mana before somebody else gets it. And then I just sack it so they can't have anything. Now, $12 Canadian for a near mint copy. Very affordable still. But we're talking Fallen Empires. A very high print run that, can't be understated. If you're going to look for it, go for near mint. Go for the ones that are really going to have value potentially in the future. Even though it's a very low-end card right now, this card used to be a couple of bucks. I remember talking about it. It was like $2.50. Look how far it's come. Now, the average is $9.04 US. The market is $10.82 US. And it's €10.02 to get that card. As with all the cards on this list, the sales are high. You have to understand that. These are not normal sales for cards like this on a week-to-week basis. Since I've started doing these top 10 videos and watching so many cards, I gotta be honest, I'm only tracking maybe 200, and I used to only track 80. I'm up to 200 now, but it's getting very difficult to track above that by myself, so I've got to be careful because I want to give accurate information, but there might be cards I'm missing that still could slip under my radar. Now, that's what almost happened with our next card. We have a new number 1 on the list this week. I was really surprised it came out of the blue, and this could be a card that people have thought about in the past. I have mentioned it, but I was really surprised to see this card come in at number 1. And that is the Ebon Praetor, Fallen Empires. Number 1, $3 Canadian, lightly played. The average is $2.51 US. The market is $2.44 US. It's €2.83 to get you that card, but it had 87 sales from the 23rd to the 28th of this year, 2022. The sales are insanely high for a Fallen Empires card like this, guys. I always love this art, by the way. Me and my friends used to joke that it's some sadistic bunny rabbit taking you before some like underworld court judge thing, Donnie Darko style. We always liked the art. We didn't use the card that often unless you had a lot of Thralls and Thrall generation or Thala generation, but it didn't see a lot of play. Somebody must be loving this card and loving what it does because somebody went on a chomp bite, and it's in a very short time period of time with just being 1 week. So it didn't slip under the radar. I found this card out there. Let me know what you guys think. Are you one of those people who's been buying this card? You can email me. You can let me know privately. Let me just click this off for a second here. So when you look at those kind of sales figures, it's not my norm, what we've seen in the last couple of years I've been on YouTube. The last year and a half, no, it's not. I'm used to saying that even when we started doing these top 10 videos for the reserve list, they were like 10 sales, 15, 18 sales. But now we're coming back around. People aren't happy with double feature. People are reserving their money from Kamigawa. They're not jumping on this stuff because Wizards hasn't given people what they want, and they will seek security in the reserve list knowing these cards are always going to go up, and they wanted to spend some money on some Magic card. Great stuff. Interesting cards that came up this week. I can't wait to see what next week brings us. Thanks a lot for tuning into the Hot Top 10 Reserve List cards. Hope you guys had a blast. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday in the comments section. Have a great one. And of course, a big shout out goes out to each and every one of my fantastic patrons on the channel. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me and chilling each and every day and supporting this channel as it continues to grow and find its feet. Thanks again, guys. You all have a great day. I look forward to seeing you on the live stream on Sunday. Well, here we are at the end of the video. You made it this far. You're here at the end. Jack, have you paid your dues? Yes, sir, I have. The check is in the mail. Big Trouble Little China. Gonna reward you guys with the bride's gown. You get the bride's gown. I know. Feeling funky. Funky like a monkey. All right, boys and girls. We'll see you guys later. Have an awesome day today. I think we all deserve it. Snow can go away. 55 days till spring. Yeah, I'm counting down. So what?